High quality safety boots with cushioning, and why do we use these in the podiatry clinic? Hey guys, it's Ken here and I'm the podiatrist from DocPods and Ergonx, and a question's come through that why would we use a cushioned work boot versus a non-cushioned work boot? And it seems pretty simple. When we get into it a little bit, you'll see it's not as simple as we think. So with most things, as always, we want our work boots to be cushioned but not too soft. We want them to be firm and durable but not too firm. So we want to sit right in that middle section where we're firm but not too firm, soft but not too soft. Because when we use something that's too soft, if the foam can bottom out, then it offers zero support and cushioning to the foot. So the reason why we use cushioning in a work boot, like the Ergonx Helium work boot here, is because when we strike on the ground, the force from the heel strike goes through the midsole up into the foot. Now, the bigger that force, the more effect it has on the foot. So if the force strikes the foot at full force, it means that it'll force the foot to roll in a certain amount. Now, the more force, the more the foot rolls in, or the more impact that the foot has to absorb. And the more force, the faster the foot rolls in as well. So if we can cushion the foot and take some of that force in the midsole or in an insole in the shoe, it means that the force being applied to the foot will be applied at either a slower rate or the overall force won't be as high. So it means your foot doesn't roll in as far or as fast. Now, when our foot doesn't roll in as fast, so if we take a look at our trusty foot model here, if our foot doesn't roll in as far, it means that the muscles don't have to pull that foot back into a regular alignment as much, so they don't work as much, so they'll get less fatigue. And if it doesn't roll in as fast, it means there's less momentum for the foot, for the muscles to work against rather. So they don't have to work as hard to pull that foot back into the regular alignment. So just by cushioning the foot the right amount, we can lower the amount of pronation or the amount of force that's applied to the foot, and it can make your feet more comfortable. Now, it's really important that when we look at a work boot, we actually check to see that it's got we like to use a work boot, and this is the Ergonx Elements work boot that we helped design. It's got this cushioned midsole layer all the way through here. So what that means is you've got this really nice hard nitrile rubber heat resistant outsole, so we can have one set of properties for the outsole, and then if we use a different material for the midsole, what we can do is we can have this actually nice and firm but not too firm, soft but not too soft, much like if you pick up your really high-end running shoes like your Brooks or your Asics Kayanos or your your New Balance running shoes, you'll see that they do the exact same thing. They have this hard outer layer, so it's nice and hard wearing, but then they have this nice medium density midsole. So that was the point of designing these work boots, so we can get a work boot that feels more like a running shoe to cushion your feet and support your feet more across the workday. So if you try a set of the work boots, you'll notice the difference that the cushioned midsole will actually have. They also have another way we can actually add more cushioning to your shoes is we add an orthotic inner sole that helps to support and cushion your feet. So they've got these cushioning positions in the heel and forefoot. And what that does, it does the exact same thing, helps to stop the shock from passing through the ground, through the midsole, into your foot, and it slows pronation and limits the amount of overall pronation as well. They'll make your feet feel more comfortable and your feet will work less, and they'll be less likely to get overuse conditions like heel pain, heel spurs, and plantar fasciitis, which are largely overuse conditions that we suffer. Now, we get these conditions because walking during the day is such a repetitive task. So your foot will hit the ground 10,000 times in a day, and if you imagine if your foot's hitting the ground and rolling in 10,000 times, it's like your foot's doing 10,000 little push-ups to bring your foot back to level so you can walk effectively. So the more force we can absorb in the midsole of the work boot or the insole of the work boot, the less work the muscles of your feet and legs have to do, so they'll be more comfortable across the workday.